that's where those 4 horses are going. So I know there's only 4 that I said, but that's because our 5th, Cash, actually is going to be. Welcome back to my channel, and for those of you that are new, welcome and welcome to today's video. You guys, this is my last video I will ever be filming right here in this barn like this. It has been now about 5 years since we've had this barn, and you guys know we've had so many different conversations right here in the middle of this alleyway. So I felt it was only right to make my last video like this. And it might not be actually the last video that you guys see in the series of our house sale and all this, but this is technically the last video that I'm filming here on the farm. So it's pretty crazy, but I'm super excited. So let's just go right into it. I asked you guys when I was first moving if you guys had any questions, because I was just seeing the questions fly, what was gonna happen. And I already did a Q&A that answered mostly all of them. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure that you guys do so you kind of can get caught up. But one of the biggest questions on there was what was going to happen to the animals, and was I getting rid of them? Was I rehoming them? Yada, 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 yada. So there was a ton of that, with obviously very, very understandably a big question, because that's what we have the property for. And if we're selling the property, where would the animals go? Now, if you're an OG and you've been following my channel for a long time, you know that we've already done this before. We actually lived at a previous property, and we moved into this property in 2020, and we moved everyone at the same time. But this time around, we are actually not moving into a property directly from this property. We sold our home, and with the original thought that we would need a property lined up. It didn't work out that way. We don't want to settle. We know that there's something out there that's going to be perfect for our family and our animals, and just right now it's not there. So we are actually leasing what I'm going to call a normal home. And why I say normal is because it's not on land. It is very close in the area though to here, a place that I am very familiar with, and not too far from where my animals are going. So that leaves a lot of questions. So where are the animals going? What's the timeline and all that? We are praying, hoping, wishing, whatever, that it doesn't take more than 6 months, but it could, because we want to find something that's really right. I'm hoping that we sit around the 3-month mark though, to be honest, but things pop up on the market every single day. We're looking every single day, and I think there's going to be something out there that's going to be perfect for us. So I'm not too terribly worried about that. So first things first, this is actually, as we're sitting here, I've already moved the horses. So they're already no longer on the property. 4 of my horses, so June, Trigger, Blaze, and Louie, are going to a good friend of mine that you guys have seen many, many times. And they will be going to a pretty similar situation. Her barn is set up just like ours with Dutch doors. They can come in, come out, graze out in pasture. So that's where those 4 horses are going. So I know there's only 4 that I said, but that's because our 5th, Cash, actually is going to be care leased. So this opportunity worked out so perfectly, because I already felt really bad that my friend Deanna, who does not actually live close to me, will be primarily caring for my horses. Not even primarily, but she will be caring for my horses every single day for the time that they are there, which I'm so grateful for. But it worked out that instead of her having to take care of 5 horses, that, you know, I guess 1 less horse is a bit better. So it's 4 horses. So Cash is going over to a care lease, and he's actually staying like within my town. So I'll actually see him, because the family that is leasing him will take him to our local arena, and I believe we'll use my trainer as well. So it works out really well. We've actually moved him as well. He's out on a large plot of land, and his friends are a little mini, which is super cute, and then an older mare, a retired mare. She's about 30. And that meeting went really well, which, yes guys, I've recorded everything thus far, and I will record the rest of the moving, and you guys will see it. So far it's been an adventure, but the animals places where they are now is working out really well. So far those have been really successful, and those are really our hardest one, because it is hard to find a place for horses, especially 5. So what the care lease looks like is that the family will take care of him and ride him and just love on him, give him the attention that he needs. They have 2 little children, so I think it'll be really fun and a good time for Cash, especially while I wasn't going to be even close to my horses. So it just works out really well. So really excited for that. I made a really good friend in that process because I didn't know the family. A friend connected us, but I'm really excited about that. So those are where the horses are going. Now, the rest of the animals are staying local, which is really nice. So the goats and the donkeys and the cats and the chickens are all going to my friend Aubrey's farm. And this comes super full circle for us guys, because 5 years ago, when we first moved into our property, literally the day that we closed on our property, our friend's horses, I believe it was the day that we closed, maybe a couple days after, but our friend's horses came to live with us at our property. And if you guys remember, it was Spirit, X, and Cisco, and they stayed here with us, and we figured it out, and it was, you know, it worked out, and it was really nice. And at that time we had, I think it was 7 horses on the property, because I only had 4, and then there are 3. So now it's come full circle that they are returning the favor, and they will be housing all of our animals. So they have their 3 horses, but we will be bringing Jack and Dinky there, and then the 2 goats and all the cats, which is what we have all these cages for, which we're trying to wrangle them. Fingers crossed, all the cats. The strays, we are going to try to get them, but they are strays, so we are going to try our best. We have been working really diligently to make a routine for them to be able to trap them in the tack room, but if it doesn't work, there's really no other options. We have talked to the buyer of our home, and they are most definitely willing to work with us to get the cats. So we'll see, but we do have plans to take all of the cats. Domino will not be coming with us. Our neighbor did already talk to us about him. We do not see him ever anymore. He does not come to our property ever. And my neighbor even joked that if we did take him, he would likely find his way back over to their house. So we feel that it's best to leave Domino there and just ask for updates. We talk to our neighbors a lot, so I think it will be fine. And I think it's the best situation for Domino is to leave him there, because that's where he has made his home over literally the last 4 years now. So Domino will be staying there. The strays, if we do catch them, we will get them neutered right away, because they need to be neutered anyways. Otherwise, unfortunately, they will have to just stay here. They are so feral, so we're at the grace of them and what they want to do, to be honest, but we will try our best. But the other ones are so easy. They're always here. So we will capture all of those, and they will actually do the whole initiation over at my friend's property, where, like we do here with all of our barn cats. They will have to go into cages, and they will have to stay in the cages for 3 to 4 weeks. It is the safest thing for them. Not super enjoyable for them, but it is the safest, and we will definitely go with the safest option, because I want to make sure that my cats stay around. I do not want to do something prematurely and release them and then them run away. The reason I'm taking my cats from my property, and this would be if I was going to my own property, we would have to do the same thing. So we are going to follow suit with the same exact protocol. We've been setting up the cages and everything like that. Like I said, they're not going to love it. It's temporary, but then they will love all the time that they have running across their farm. And they have a bunch of other barn cats, so it will be perfectly fine once they go through that little trial, which of course no one would like. And then the chickens, they have a bunch of chickens, and they've been so generous to let us split some of their one of their runs, and put our chickens there. So we will be moving them over there as well. And then that is everyone that's going over to that friend's property. My final and last animals that we have to have accounted for are the pigs, and the pigs are actually going 2 doors down from me to a good friend of mine, and they already have pigs. We actually met because of pigs a long time ago. If you look back at my videos, there was 3 little pigs that ended up in my yard, and they were actually her pigs. She still has them. So my pigs are gonna go over there and hang out for a little bit. Mike made a little pen or something like that, fence off a little bit of a pen over there for them. So we will move them over there, and that's everybody. The dogs are coming with us, since, you know, they're our dogs. They don't really live out on the property. Well, they do, but you know, they're inside dogs to begin with. So they are of course coming with us to the place that we are staying at in the interim. So they've already been moved over. They're already there. They're getting acclimated. They've only been there for 2 nights as of right now, but everything is so far going smoothly. But I wanted to answer that more in depth, because there's a lot of animals to move, and this is a big move, and I know a lot of you guys were concerned of what was going to happen to them, but they are my animals. That's the whole reason why we have this farm, is for the animals, and this is what I love and enjoy, so I would never abandon them, and I hope you guys never would think that I would abandon them. So I'm really excited for our next chapter, and since all my animals, well, mostly all of them are local, I am definitely going to be giving you guys updates along the way. We are going to go up and visit all of my other horses with my friend Deanna, so you guys will see them along the way as well. And of course, I would love for you guys to come along with me on the journey of the next property, building our next barn, setting up the whole property, making all the pens. I'm so excited to build a new chicken coop. I'm excited for it all. This has been such a dream come true at this property to be able to do everything that we've done, and I'm so happy with how it all turned out. And I'm just really excited to see what we've learned from this property and how to implement it in an even better way at our next property. All of you that have joined me from either building this barn or anything here at this property in the last 5 years, I'm so grateful that this is how we found each other. So I'm so grateful for this property. I'm grateful for my first property. Everything is a stepping stone here for my family and my animals. And I'm so excited for our next journey, and I hope to see you guys there with us. So if you guys like today's video, make sure you go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. You are not going to miss any of these videos, so make sure that you subscribe to my channel down below. Make sure you turn on those post notifications so you don't miss any of these videos. All right, you guys, well, that's a wrap. We're saying goodbye to this alleyway in this barn. We love you, and we'll see you in the next one.